Hey guys, welcome back to Try Wisdom Village, both on YouTube and Instagram. As you can see, it's me, Fiona, and my wonderful, beautiful, hardworking, intelligent, magnificent, God-fearing mother that I have. And do you have
Those are
anything to
many
say
names
to
for
that
me,
intro?
but I'm okay. I will receive it. Amen. Okay.
So we're here to talk about the Try Wisdom Effect, our book, and there was something in particular we wanted to discuss. It is inspired by our chapter 7. So the whole book is written as a holistic book. So we talk about holistic health as it pertains to our physical health, our emotional health, our financial health, which we'll be
Social
discussing today.
health.
Spiritual, social,
Social.
environmental,
Emotional and
mental
financial.
health. Yeah, and I said financial health as well.
Okay.
But anyways, there's 7 of them in total.
Yeah.
You can count and see if we got all of them. But so today, actually, I was very inspired by the story. This is your story that you talked about in the book, and it's on page, I believe it's chapter 7.
The
and
bean story.
It's the bean story, and it is page
67, I believe.
67. So it's on page 67, and
Yes.
I think it's such a powerful story because it speaks to your experience as a young child learning about the principles of life and the principles of how to deal with your finances. And
Yeah.
and one of the things that I learned. How about first of all, before I continue, you tell
Tell us
the
the story.
viewers the story a little
So
bit.
anyway,
Just a summary.
I'm a young kid, about 9 years of age. My mom comes home with dry beans. We are poor at the time. We've been waiting all day to be able to have something to eat.
Yeah.
So my mom comes home with the beans, but then she
And
insists.
you hadn't eaten anything for the whole day, right?
Yeah,
You
we
just-
hadn't
just-
eaten
just
much
tea
for
or
the
something.
day. Yeah. So mom arrives with the beans and she wants to plant the beans instead of cooking them. So as a child, I'm like, how can you do that? We want to eat the beans.
I'd
We are
feel
hungry.
bad.
We've been waiting.
Yeah, I'd feel bad.
So anyway, she insists on planting the beans. And so we end up drinking milkless tea for the evening for dinner. She plants the beans, but we end up learning so many stories from the fact that the beans had potential in them. They were planted. It took a while for us to harvest them. But when we did, we had 1,500% harvest.
Wow.
Return on our investment.
Wow.
Yes.
And as a kid that must be hard still, right? Because you're like hungry, your stomachs are growling, you're looking at your brother. I love how you touched on your brother saying,
Yeah.
telling you how you needed to plant the seeds first, right?
My brother had come to an understanding of what it meant to plant the seeds, but I wasn't at that place yet. Yes. Yes.
And so you had to plant them and then reap the harvest of it later, but it took patience.
It took patience.
It took patience, yeah.
It took cultivation. Cultivation. So planting the seed, first of all, deciding to plant, which is one of the things that we struggle with today, because sometimes we just take the seed and we eat it.
It's that
We
immediate
don't-
gratification,
Yeah.
right?
So this whole topic is about financial education. This is how I learned about finances and how to be wise with your money. So paying yourself first was like taking those seeds, putting them aside, and planting them.
And delayed gratification is a huge message in the story as well, right? Because
Yes.
you have to first put that aside. You had to drink your tea and put the beans aside, plant them, but then you were able to reap a harvest that, if you had eaten that seed, if you had the beans and just had that immediate gratification, you would never get to see the day of it flourishing like that. right?
Instant
And
gratification.
multiplying.
Instant gratification is what is killing many people today financially.
Yes.
So delayed gratification, being the opposite of it, is what we exercised by planting those seeds and getting quite a big harvest as a result of that sacrifice. Yes.
And then you have to, I like how you touched on cultivation, which is to cultivate the seed, right?
So
You
with
have
cultivation-
you have to give it an environment where it can grow.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You have to cater to the seed. You have to feed it. You have to water it. Make sure it's getting the sunlight it needs.
Fertilize it, and so on. What does that mean for us today? It's like having some money, putting it aside, making sure that you are watching over the investment that you have put it into, and waiting having that delayed gratification until you get to the harvest time.
Yeah, so good.
Then you can enjoy. And even when you do enjoy, put aside some again.
Yeah. Because you could take the seed, I guess, once it's already been planted and now the beans have come. You can still take more of that and plant it again. But you get to now eat, right?
Yes.
You can enjoy
Your
the
food,
plant.
knowing you have some more that will
you
continue
have invested
feeding
back
you.
into the ground to produce more,
Excellent. Yes,
right? It's a
yes.
return on investment too,
Yes,
right?
yes, wonderful.
So speak to me on the idea of potential in the seed.
So
'Cause
when
you
you
touch on that in the book too.
when you think about the seed, when you look at that seed, it does not look like the plant that it will become. So that seed
in the
has
seed form.
potential. The potential is not ahead of it, it's within it.
So good.
So it has to be able to roll out that potential, but it has to be put in the right soil. So for us, the comparison would be that you have potential inside of yourself to become a great person personally. But who you will become is actually on the inside.
Yeah.
It's not on the outside of you. However, the environment around you actually does influence what you become.
Yeah.
So be very, very careful who you associate with, where you plant your seed, or where you plant your thoughts and ideas, and make sure that you follow up on that so that you are not losing it.
The potential is in the seed.
The potential is in the seed.
And-
it may
and-
not
and-
look
and-
like what it's gonna become, but you need to be able to identify and appreciate that potential.
Yes.
In
And
the
I think
seed.
also there's potential in a dollar. There's value in a dollar too. If we talk about it, how it pertains to the financial aspect of it
That's
too.
your seed.
That's your seed.
Your money is your
You
seed.
plant it, you invest it, and it grows. And I think that's that. And it takes that delayed gratification definitely to see it grow. But it is something that is worth the wait, right?
It is worth the wait. What is killing a lot of people today financially is that they eat the seed. They eat the seed.
And that's what gets people in debt.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's now a whole other video that
That's
we can
a whole
touch
other
on
video.
debt and the
Yeah.
specifics of that.
Yeah.
But this video, we just wanted to talk about the bean story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
So in summary, let us think about delayed gratification, which is having patience and waiting at the opportune time to be able to buy that thing that you want. But first of all, by planting your seed so that you can wait for the harvest time for you to have a return on your investment.
So good.
And secondly, while you wait, there will be, in that delay, there will be cultivation. So with cultivation, you want to be able to make sure that you are watching over your finances, that you are actually planting it properly in the right soil, that you are weeding, that you are fertilizing, that you are watering, and you will get a good harvest as a result of that.
Exactly. And then
Anything,
the last
Fiona?
thing is the potential in the seed, which is basically what you don't see right away. When you see the seed, it's just in its little shell. It's a little thing. But then with time, like you said, the right cultivation, the right environment, and the patience, you get to see the full potential of that seed. So it all ties in really lovely together. So actually in the comments, what I'd like you guys to do is tell us of a time where you were able to display delayed gratification and a little bit of self-discipline in that. And thanks so much for watching. We're so
Thank you
grateful
so
that you were
much.
able to come through.
So remember to
Like
subscribe.
and comment and hit the bell notification in the top right corner. This is right.
Is this right?
I think this
that's
is right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
And
so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
See ya. Take care. Bye-bye.